Tom Cruise finally spoke about the man who escaped. The Hollywood actor revealed she was his true love at 62. Not Nicole Kidman, Katie Holmes, Penelope Cruz. Their relationship remained secret for years. While viewers watched his public relationships dissolve, she supported him through Scientology controversy and career ups and downs. Tom replied, "I wasn't ready for the world to know," when questioned why he never spoke up. Never guess who won his heart forever. Tom Cruise was born in Syracuse, New York, July 3, 1962. Thomas Cruise, Mapother IV, had a difficult childhood. Abusive father. Family moved often, had 3 sisters, and was destitute. By 18, he'd attended 15 schools. New schools opened practically every year. Move meant new people, regulations, and no pals. Made him hungry and adaptive. The family moved to Ottawa in 1971. First acting experience for Tom, 10 years old. Founded in a little school play, IT, not much. For drinking alcohol before a game, the school football squad auditioned for a play. Eisendahl's drama was alive on stage and changed everything. Audience liked him, not only acting, becoming. Made a courageous choice after high school in 1980. He arrived in NYC with $500. His job was busboy and porter while he auditioned. He became Tom Cruise from Thomas Cruise Mapother IV. He learned in the local playhouse. He offered all. His breakthrough came in 1981. He had a few lines in Love, but he was cast in Taps as a background character. His performance impressed the director, who increased his role. Cruise made it count. People noticed. 1983 brought The Outsiders, playing Steve Randall. Though not the lead, it placed him among future stars. He fit in, but Dangerous Business changed everything. The 1983 film about a high school senior who converts his residence into a brothel starred Cruise as Joel Goodson. It was weird, ancient, amusing. On a $6.2 million budget, it made $63.5 million. Not everyone liked the film. They remembered. One scene of him dancing to old rock and roll in his undies was famous. Nominated for Golden Globe. More than promising. A star. Cruise was different from other young actors. Even in Taps, he shunned stand-ins. He performed risky feats. He was in character off-camera on The Outsiders. Directors noted. No one prepared like him. He memorized color-coded scripts, used audiobooks. He moved while studying lines. This helped him overcome dyslexia. He grew stronger through suffering. Hollywood arrived in 1984 with Footloose. Cruise declined their $2 million offer. Instead, he chose risky fantasy film Legend. It failed. People said he damaged his career. But Cruise didn't worry. Top Gun elevated Tom Cruise to Hollywood royalty in 1986. The picture generated $176 million that year, more than any other, and made him a global icon. Top Gun was nearly $2 million ahead of Crocodile Dundee. Cruise moved ahead, not only cool as jet pilot Maverick, electric. Become the face of American confidence, sunglasses on. Not only did the film break records, increased Navy recruitment. In addition to watching Cruise, young people desired to be him. In the same year, he took another risk. He worked with Martin Scorsese on Money's Color. It wasn't spectacular, quite smart. Production cost $14.5 million and netted $52.3 million. Together with Paul Newman, Cruise hustled Poole, actor who won an Oscar, won something else instead of winning. Respect. After Top Gun, he was famous. After Color of Money, they saw him as a real actor. It proved he could do more than run fast and smile. He could compete with legends. Most stars wouldn't do what Cruise did in 1988. He retreated. Rain Man showcased Dustin Hoffman. Cruz didn't fade. Hoffman's enthusiasm was matched by his honest emotion. In one scenario, he shouts, "Kmart sucks," throwing underpants from a car. It wasn't planned, just happened. Hoffman passed gas at a phone booth. The film preserved Cruz's shock. Reading his father's will was his most powerful moment. In one breath, you saw pain, astonishment, and betrayal. Hoffman got Oscar, but Cruz was key. Without him, the film wouldn't move him. Everything changed in 1989. July 4th births were unique. Not fast jets or stylish suits. War, wheelchair, and damaged man. Real Marine turned anti-war activist Ron Kovac was played by Cruz. The job was awful. His upper body felt real after months of wheelchair training. He lived the role, not just played it. The hospital scenes were raw, screamed, wept, collapsed. It was dirty, human, unforgettable. It grossed $162 million and gave Cruz his first Oscar nomination. A Golden Globe was his. People stopped calling him a movie star. Some called him the best. Tom Cruise was a devout Roman Catholic. His life changed in 1986 when he met Mimi Rogers. The couple married on May 9, 1987. Mimi did more than act. Her Scientology roots ran deep. It included her father since the 1950s. For her, Scientology was familiar. It was her lifestyle. Even an auditor she was. In the cathedral, indicating her importance. Cruz kept his religion after their marriage ended on February 4, 1990. He remained a Scientologist following their divorce. In 1990, the tabloid sensation acknowledged his connection, making headlines. Cruz confirmed it in a 1992 Barbara Walters interview, but he was thoroughly engaged. Dyslexia was a major reason Cruz joined Scientology. It had plagued him since age 7. He graduated high school functionally illiterate in 1980. Reads made him anxious. He couldn't concentrate. He felt dumb. However, L. Ron Hubbard's study technology gave him hope. Ron Hubbard. Cruz stated it transformed him. "No one helped," he said. "Hubbard's method taught me flawless reading." Change emerged from that breakthrough. In 2016, while promoting Jack Reacher 2, he said, "I wouldn't be here without it." Beautiful religion. Very proud. He was a Scientologist for nearly 30 years. Cruz also befriended Scientology leader David Miscavige. Their friendship began in the 1980s but was rocky. Per David's father, Ronald Miscavige, the church hosted a massive welcoming party for Sea Org Cruz in Florida. A pool was designed like a luxury sailboat. L. Ron Hubbard's chef prepared a special lunch, but staff arrived 4 hours late and went to bed. David was mad. The tension between two of the church's most influential figures was evident. Cruz nearly left in 1999. He was apparently frightened when church leaders promised to disclose Xenu, a mysterious Scientology alien. He retreated, but the church dispatched Marty Rathbun, a prominent official, to rescue him. At work, Cruz studied again. The early 2000s saw Cruz as more than a follower. He defended Scientology. He used his reputation to get it recognized as a religion, notably in Europe. The Paris Council reported in 2005 that Cruz had directly approached French leaders, including Nicolas Sarkozy, but it backfired. French officials broke all connections with him as a hardline Scientology spokesman. None of that stopped him. He co-founded Downtown Medical after September 11th. Detox was available to NYC rescue workers. It was denounced by many doctors as unscientific. But in 2004, David Miscavige awarded Cruz the Scientology Freedom Medal of Valor for his efforts. He was church hero. Cruz tried to recruit others into Scientology as his influence rose. Cruz tried to recruit prominent names, according to former Scientologist Paul Haggis. James Packer, the Beckhams, Jada, Will, and Steven Spielberg were on the list. These weren't casual conversations, real efforts to recruit prominent people to the church. Hollywood and religion began to blend. His beliefs now guided his career. While filming Eyes Wide Shut in 1999, Cruise left Scientology again. Church leaders promised him Xenu specifics. It got tricky. He returned as usual. Tom Cruise met Nicole Kidman on Days of Thunder in early 1990. He was 28, she was 23. Their bond was instant. Tom married Nicole on Christmas Eve in Telluride, Colorado, little than a year after divorcing Mimi Rogers. It was rapid, intense, and hopeful. Nicole later reflected, "I was so young when I got married." What? But they were in at that point. Nicole wanted kids now. She said she wanted kids from the moment Tom and I married, but tragedy struck early in their marriage. Nicole fell pregnant, ectopically. Physical and emotional pain ensued. The infant died. Devastated. That loss prompted adoption. Their daughter Isabella was adopted in 1992. Their son Connor arrived in 1995. Kids accompanied them on film sets. This Hollywood family seemed flawless for a while. They collaborated on screen. Big-budget historical drama, Far and Away, cast them as Irish emigrants in 1992. Made for $60 million, the picture grossed $137.8 million worldwide. They paired up again for something darker 7 years later. Stanley Kubrick closed his eyes. Filming was planned to take 6 months. It took 2 years. England was their remote filming location. Kubrick isolated them and asked sensitive questions, using pieces of their genuine marriage. Nicole remembered going go-karting around 3 a.m. expel steam. She said she would have stayed a third year if Kubrick had asked, but he died 4 months before the film. It was his last film and one of their oddest. Behind the glitz, their personal lives was hard. They remembered that early pregnancy loss. "We lost a baby early on, which was traumatic," Nicole added. She admitted their problems, but Bella and Connor's adoption healed them. Not the family they expected, but they formed a family. Everything fell apart in February 2001. Tom Cruise divorced. Nicole wasn't expecting it. Miscarried at 3 months pregnant, according to some stories. Within 6 months, the divorce was official. The kids stayed with Tom in L.A. Australia received Nicole. The family was split. Divorce changed everything rapidly. Sources say Isabella and Connor were closer to Katie Holmes, Tom's new wife, than Nicole by 2012. Isabella once stated, "I love Mom. This is my mom. Great girl. Sometimes I see and talk to her." The link was plainly fading. Nicole didn't expect this life when she married Tom. Nicole recorded the hours. Her heart broke, yet she performed brilliantly. Oscar winner. Though the world celebrated, she grieved quietly. She recounted how the divorce altered her years later. She stated men changed Cruise's career, not just another courtroom drama. His brash, fast-talking Navy lawyer stole the show in the last battle when he demanded the truth, and Nicholson burst. Just one sequence changed movie history. Over $243 million was made worldwide. More significantly, it showed Hollywood Cruise wasn't simply a pretty face. He could be serious and still draw audiences to the theater. In 1994, he took a bigger risk. He portrayed vampires. In Interview with the Vampire, Lestat is a seductive, dangerous immortal. Anne Rice. The book's author despised casting, claimed Cruise was wrong, but Cruise didn't care. Playing the character consumed him. After seeing the film, Rice admitted she was mistaken. She apologized with a full-page ad. He was that good. The film was a hit, proving Cruise could take chances. Most celebs avoided touching. He ran the show by 1996, not just acted. Mission Impossible was more than a film. It was his film. He produced, starred, and made it a box office hit. $80 million budget. Return, $457 million. He handled the insane wire-hanging sequence alone. Cruise wasn't the whole focus. They watched Cruise's next move. He reversed course and offered audiences Jerry Maguire that year. Just heart, no guns or stunts. Show me money, not just a line. Pop culture adopted it. It grossed $273 million and garnered Cruise his second Oscar nomination. His goal was no longer fame, the star. He flipped the script again when folks felt they understood him. As Frank T.J. Mackey in Magnolia, 1999, Cruise played a loud, damaged, emotionally wrecked man behind macho rhetoric. The audience wasn't asked to like him. He challenged them to watch him for... He stole the movie in 20 minutes. A Golden Globe and another Oscar nomination followed. After doubting him, critics praised his guts. This was when his personal life grabbed center stage. Met Penelope Cruz on Vanilla Sky in 2000. They had instant chemistry, but kept quiet until Cruz's divorce from Nicole Kidman was final. In 2001, he and Cruz were everywhere. Red carpets, vacation pics, wonderful interviews. Cruz seems infatuated behind the scenes. He cooked and prepared surprises for her, even considered proposing. But something was wrong. Could not relate to his kids. Cruz talked about Hidman. The bond weakened. In 2004, they parted. Audiences heard film timetables were to blame, but insiders said Scientology was more involved. Strange things happened after that split. Former Scientologists say the church tried to find Cruz a new girlfriend. This was organized unusually. Women in the church were audited without knowing Tom was interviewing them for partners. The issue was image and allegiance, not love, and control. Cruz represented Scientology. Therefore, the church did anything to please him. To keep their golden kid happy, they personalized his cars and turned a hangar into a getaway. One of the darkest stories was Nazanin Boniadi. She was brilliant, youthful, and church-loyal. That wasn't enough. She had to modify her hair, style, and life. She had to discover Tom's tastes. Cruz lost it when she made a little mistake trying to understand the fast-talking church leader. Pounded table. 2 weeks later, she was dumped. No chatter, just orders. After leaving the religion, she became an actor. This was never admitted by her or Cruz. Too many loved ones did. Katie Holmes followed. April 2005. Cruz and Holmes visited Rome 33 days after Cruz terminated her engagement. Press went crazy. She was 26. He was 42. People called them Tomcat. Holmes once wanted to marry Cruz. Hand in hand, they shone for photographers. However, insiders muttered about control, Scientology chaperones following her, and speed. Holmes no longer resembled Dawson's Creek Daisy. She appeared absorbed. Couch came next. May 23, 2005.